What is going on, everybody? Today we are analyzing the tape of right tackle Darnell Wright. In my opinion, this is the best tackle in the 2023 NFL draft, and I don't think it's close, to be honest. To me, this is the guy that if you're drafting a tackle, this is the first guy that should come off the board. His technique is absolutely top tier, and I'm really fired up for this film breakdown. Let's go ahead and start right into it with this first rep here. You're going to see Darnell Wright hop step out of his stance here. He's going to get out there, find the linebacker, make great contact with him. And when I say great contact, from a technique standpoint, this is absolutely perfect. You can see the helmet lands to the right side here of the guy as opposed to the left side. If you get your helmet on the wrong side, the linebacker could technically get one arm out there, maybe tackle the running back. And it's just a really nice play by Darnell Wright. I'm really fired up to get into this Darnell Wright breakdown. Let's go ahead and get to this next rep. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and get into this first rep. In my opinion, what makes Darnell Wright so damn impressive is the fact that he mixes up his pass sets a ton. On this rep here, you're going to see that he's going to jump set number 18, B.J. Ojulari, who some people say is a first round pick. He's going to jump set him, which means he's going to go directly at him. And then when number 18 slants hard to the inside, watch how quickly Wright switches and picks up the defensive tackle. To me, this is really nice job right there, being able to get his hands. You see it in slow motion, how he quickly recognizes 18 going to the inside, and look at his left hand quickly hit number 92, gets his body there, and of course the right guard's going to then jump and take number 18. If you guys don't know who this right guard is, that's Javonte Spraggins, one of the best guards coming out in next year's class. That's just a really nice rep right there by Darnell Wright. Let's go and get into the next play. Check out the down block here by Darnell Wright on number 92. Watch how low he is and how powerful he is. To me, this is a really nice rep. You see number 92 way over here. He's going to obviously get pancaked. But when you watch this play in slow motion, you really watch Darnell Wright. Watch as he gets out of his stance. To me, the guy's going to get very low. And more than getting low, he's going to stick to number 92. Like, this is very hard to do. Number 92 is slanting super hard to the inside. Darnell Wright barely gets him, but he's able to get him and stay on him. And then from there, he's able to do a really nice job keeping that contact. And from there, he buries number 92 right here. To me, that's just a really nice rep. Now, one of the interesting things with Darnell Wright is they ran a lot of power at Tennessee. So you get a lot of plays like this where he does a really nice job getting to that second level and picking off the second level defender. On this rep here, he's going to hop to the inside, get up to the backside linebacker and cut him off. You get a bunch of down blocks from all of these guys. The left guard's going to pull out. And the running back does pick up a couple of yards, but if you guys watch Wright specifically, watch as he hops out of his stance, avoids the guy in front of him. You can see that he's able to avoid him. And then he gets to that second level guy and he puts his body in the perfect position. Helmet placement here by Wright. Like, the helmet's on the right side of that linebacker. That's a big part of run blocking. You gotta get your helmet on the correct side. And from there, he's able to basically shut down that linebacker. That's just a really nice job right there by Darnell Wright. Perfect body positioning. I know the running back doesn't pick up a whole lot of yards, but oftentimes some of these plays are drawn up for the running back to be in a one-on-one situation, and he kind of was. He doesn't really win here. But Darnell Wright at an individual level does a really nice job avoiding the defensive lineman, getting up to that linebacker, getting his helmet on the correct side. To me, that's a beautiful block right there. Now, as I said that Tennessee runs a lot of power runs, they do still run these zone concepts as well. On this play, you're going to see an outside run here by the motion man. And the front side blockers here have to all basically reach over one gap. All right, so basically from the right guard there, over to the right here, all of these guys have to pick off these four guys there. And they're going to be able to do it, but I want you guys to watch Darnell Wright specifically. And watch how he picks off his guy there, who is a potential first round pick. To me, that's just a really nice reach block. To be able to get out of your stance the way he does on this rep here, that's absolutely beautiful. Keep in mind, this type of reach, that too on a first round pick potentially, is really impressive. Look how fast and explosive he is out of his stance relative to some of the other offensive linemen. You see him just absolutely explode out of there. Positions his body in the perfect spot. I mean, when you're trying to get your guy to the outside, this positioning is perfect. You can see obviously as the guy takes the ball here, he's able to get right outside of Darnell Wright. He cuts upfield. Isn't able to do anything. You see he gets tackled by the guy that the tight end here is kind of blocking. But Darnell Wright did a really, really nice job on that play right there. He's also a physical player. I wouldn't say he's the most physical player, but he definitely puts guys down. You'll see it a couple times every game. Not a big deal. Just wanted to kind of point that out. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Check this rep out. You got a pass set here. Darnell Wright against BJ Ojulari. Really nice job jumping out there. Explosive rep. Great job mirroring Ojulari and just sticking in front of him and basically shutting him down. One of the things with Darnell Wright is he had a lot of really good reps against Ojulari. He had great reps against Will Anderson as well. And even Georgia, like the guy held down his own against some of the top tier players in the country. To me, the most impressive part of this play is as he sets in his 45-degree set, Ojulari is going to take this speed back to the inside and watch the shift here by Wright back to the inside. He's going to quickly get his hands on the defensive lineman, get his body back to the inside, and Ojulari is going to then try to go back to the outside. And Wright does a really nice job just mirroring that and just shutting it down. That's just a really, really nice rep right there. You got a really interesting rep here. First and foremost, great job exploding out of his stance, but kind of interesting with his footwork a little bit. If you guys watch Darnell Wright's left foot and right foot, watch how the left foot here is going to touch down twice before the right foot touches down. So he's going to explode it out. And look at the left foot touch down twice before the right foot even gets down. And that's kind of interesting. Usually when you explode out like this, the right foot would hit first and then the left foot would hit. But that just shows the explosiveness of Darnell Wright. And of course he shuts down Ojulari once again. It's a really nice rep right there. As is the very next rep, Ojulari is going to try to set up Darnell Wright. So Wright's going to get in a 45-degree set. Ojulari is going to try to go inside and then change direction and try to go back to the outside. You know, sometimes watching these pass rushers go up against these offensive tackles, it's very, very, very interesting. You know, from one rep to the next rep to the third rep to the fourth rep, just watching how these guys are trying to adjust to try to get guys off balance. I mean, this rep right here is a beautiful rep by Darnell Wright. You know, this rep right here would work 90% of the time against your average tackle because Ojulari's best ability is his ability to change direction mid-pass rush. So as he takes a hard jab to the inside and he jumps back to the outside, it usually works. And he even throws a left punch right there with the right arm over, but that doesn't work against Darnell Wright. Like, Wright does a really nice job here being able to counter that pass rush move. Again, this works 90% of the time, right? And it doesn't work here against Wright. Obviously, Wright just kind of takes his guy upfield. The quarterback steps up, gets the ball out, and completes the pass. It's a really nice job right there. Now, you got an interesting play here. The play's going to get blown dead, but look at what Wright does to Ojulari. Now, obviously, he ends up stopping, but before the play actually gets blown dead, Ojulari is going to get his hands up towards Wright, and Wright's going to snatch those arms downwards. Bam! And Ojulari is going to get off balance. Now, obviously, as I said, the play gets blown dead. I'm not sure if it was a timeout or something else. But this is what you should expect from a guy like Darnell Wright. He loves to snatch and trap. He loves to play these mind games with the technique that he shows, whether it's jump setting, whether it's 45 or vertical setting. Sometimes he'll snatch and trap. I've seen him slingshot as well. That right there is just an interesting rep. Again, the play does not count, but just wanted to point that out really quickly. Now, one of the criticisms that people have of the right tackle here is the fact that sometimes he's very heavy-footed. Here's a play where he's going to just flat out miss number 92. He's going to basically go over him. Not a major deal because the run still picks up yards, but at an individual level, Darnell Wright does technically miss the block. You got to do a better job being able to make contact with this guy and sticking on him. In this instance, he misses. Again, this is one of the things that a lot of people do criticize him for. With that being said, let's go into the next rep. Check out the technique here, Wright against number 11 here. Wright's going to use his left hand to clamp into the chest, and he's going to use his right hand to push down number 11. You're going to see what that right there is going to do. This is interesting hand placement, but it is done on purpose to basically put this guy into the ground. As you guys see right there, Darnell Wright ends up putting his guy into the dirt. A very interesting move, right? Again, the little things that this guy knows how to do to me is special. So with the left hand, he's going to basically clamp it to the inside of the chest plate. With the right hand, it's going to land to the backside of that defensive end. And from there, he's going to pull with the left hand and push with the right hand. And he's basically going to torque this guy downwards, as you see right there. And that right there leads the guy into the ground. It's a really nice job by Darnell Wright. Check this quick 45-degree set by Darnell Wright against BJ Ojulari. And do a really nice job mirroring Ojulari and basically shutting him down. Really nice job using the independent hands. To me, one of the big things with tackles is when you get out of your stance and when you're going to make contact with the defensive end, the way you punch is going to make a big difference. He's going to throw the right hand punch, then he's going to bring the left hand after he throws the right hand punch. That right there is perfect. And then from there, he's going to get both hands off, readjust, let the defensive end make his next move, and gets his hands right back on the defensive lineman. That right there is top tier stuff from Darnell Wright. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Just to touch a little bit more on the independent hands, check this rep out. Watch the 1-2 punch with the 1-2 afterwards. Kind of brings both hands back up. Again, independent hands, a big part of playing tackle and being a good pass blocker. Really nice rep right there. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Same thing I mentioned earlier, being heavy-footed is one of the things that evaluators kind of hold against Wright. Will it actually impact him in the NFL? Not 100% sure it will. I do think that Tennessee is a very interesting offense based off of the way they kind of block. To me, I think an NFL team kind of mixes it up a little bit more. So I think as a defensive lineman, it's going to be a little bit harder to kind of guess exactly the type of technique that these guys might be using to attack you. But again, it is something that he will have to make sure he doesn't allow it to become an issue. You can't have plays like this. I know technically number 11 doesn't make the play, but part of these runs is a guy potentially cutting it back to the backside. And in this instance, number 11 has the backside shut off. So again, technically is not a good rep regardless. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Alrighty guys, final rep here of that Tennessee versus LSU tape. I do want to point this play out here. If you guys follow me on Twitter, or if you guys have seen one of my shorts that I did of Darnell Wright, you guys would have seen this clip already. This is probably the best rep I've ever seen of Darnell Wright's. Not saying that he doesn't have other impressive reps as well. This one's just different. There's a lot to kind of break down. First and foremost, Darnell Wright is going to jump set towards number 11. So he's going to basically take steps towards number 11, which is referred to as a jump set. And that's going to make the defensive lineman think that Darnell Wright is coming at him, either to run block or to quickly make contact with him. So 11 is going to counter Darnell Wright by getting his hands up. And then Darnell Wright is actually going to take a step or two back, and he's going to basically get into a pass set. So number 11, who put his hands up, expecting Darnell Wright to make contact with those hands, ended up taking 2 steps back. So number 11's off balance a little bit now. And then at the same time, Darnell Wright is going to snatch number 11's arms down, which means he's going to break that contact. And to me, you don't want to be in this position if you're a defensive lineman. This right here is top tier stuff. This right here is elite level stuff. 99% of offensive linemen in the NFL today cannot do what Darnell Wright just did. Only guys like Trent Williams and Lane Johnson can jump set and then fake it and take a step or two back. This is top tier stuff. And this is why I think Darnell Wright is such a damn impressive football player. But with that being said, I do want to switch focus, and I do want to get into this next tape here against Kentucky. To me, one of the most interesting things with Wright is how much success he had against so many different fronts, so many different types of players. And if you guys haven't seen my film breakdown of Darnell Wright and versus Will Anderson, I did do an entire film breakdown. You guys can probably just search it in YouTube. Darnell Wright versus Will Anderson. It will probably be the very first video. But I do want to get into this tape here. You're going to see a lot of the same things by Darnell Wright that he kind of did in that first game. You see here, he's going to hop step out. He's going to find the guy he needs to make contact with, number 54 there. And he's going to get his helmet to the inside, which is the correct side. He positions his body to the correct side. Number 54 is spilling towards the inside. So they're basically both fighting for that inside leverage. But a pretty nice job by Darnell Wright to get to the correct side. You see he kind of pushes 54 back a little bit. 54 isn't the guy that blows this play up, but the play does get blown up here by number 0 here, who is going to scrape down the line from left to right, and you see he's going to be able to make the play. But either way, let's go ahead and get into this film breakdown. I'm very excited to break this game down. All right, you guys, check this rep out. Dion Walker here of Kentucky is 350 pounds. Massive, massive defensive lineman. And watch what Darnell Wright is about to do to him. Bam. Just like that, Darnell Wright removes all leverage that this guy had, and he basically puts him into the ground. You can see sometimes with some of these bigger guys, they're going to just try to straight up bull rush you. And in this instance, this guy is bigger than Darnell Wright. So what Wright's going to do as this guy's going to try to bull rush him is he's going to snatch down those arms. You see it right there. He's going to snatch the left with the left hand, the right hand of the defensive lineman. And that basically removes the leverage. And he takes just a step back and bam, zero falls right into the ground. From there, you can just jump on top of him and just finish the block. That right there is a beautiful thing by Darnell Wright. Part of what makes this guy elite, man. He does this snatch technique so damn often, and it's really impressive in my opinion. Darnell Wright has to get to the inside here of number 8. Number 8's going to jump the left here. And watch how Wright is going to process and react and basically find number 8 and still shut him down. In fact, he ends up helping the running back a lot by basically widening the gap here. Just a really, really, really nice job to be able to stick to number 8. Push him out, and that's a massive lane right there created by Darnell Wright. It's a beautiful job. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. You got to run to the outside here and watch Darnell Wright get out here and make a really nice block on the slot defender. To me, this is the type of stuff that I want to see more of. Again, Tennessee ran a lot of power, so we didn't see Darnell Wright have to reach far to the outside, and this is something that NFL teams kind of wanted to see more of this year from Darnell Wright. But just a really nice job to be able to get out there, find the defender that he needs to make contact with, and then bam, he pushes him out, allowing the running back to basically cut it underneath him. And of course, the running back here picks up a massive amount of yards. Just a really, really nice job. Watch the physicality by Darnell Wright here. Watch him pull to the right of your screen, find the cornerback that comes off the edge, and puts him down. I mean, to me, this is absolutely top tier stuff. This is the type of stuff I love to watch on tape. The physicality, finding a guy. I mean, look how low this cornerback is here. The cornerback literally is getting as low as he can to take on this block, and Darnell Wright crushes him right there, man. That right there is absolutely beautiful. Darnell Wright by himself also gets super low to make contact with 23, and he absolutely crushes him right there. Check this rep out and watch the displacement by Darnell Wright. Watch the right hand of him absolutely crush number 15. I mean, that is damn impressive right there. Look at this. Bam! I mean, look at number 15's helmet, man. Speaking of potentially getting whiplash here based off that punch right there by Darnell Wright, independent hands is a big part of it. To me, that right there is a nasty punch by Darnell Wright. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Watch the double team here by Spraggins and Wright on number 8. And watch them absolutely put this guy down. That right there is a really, really, really nice block. Part of this block working is that they're basically going to block number 8 up to 54. So how they're going to do that, they're going to split number 8 down the middle. Wright is going to get his shoulder pad to the left side of that guy. Spraggins is going to get his right shoulder pad to the right side of that defensive lineman. They're going to process this up together to number 54. 54 jumps the inside, the guard takes him. And in this instance, the number 54 is going to slant towards the right, or scrape towards the right a little bit there. The right guard is going to get off and get to number 54. That is a beautiful job right there. Absolutely putting the guy into the dirt. Alrighty guys, check this next rep out. Darnell Wright is going to snatch and trap the defensive end here. To me, this is part of what makes him such a great football player. It's really those advanced things that he knows how to do. You see him do a really, really nice job on this rep. First and foremost, he's going to get out there, makes nice contact with the defensive lineman. One of the things he's going to do here that's kind of different is he's going to first make contact with the chest, and the arms are going to come underneath as opposed to using independent hands. And obviously that's by design. When you bring those hands underneath, you're able to bring them right back around, kind of in a circle motion, but super slow, obviously. And you're able to snatch and break the contact the way he does there. I mean, that right there is a really, really nice job. Obviously, he falls right on top of that guy. This right here is top tier stuff. I absolutely love it. You got another advanced move here by Darnell Wright. He is going to do what is referred to as flashing the fake hand. It's where you can call it a ghost move as well, if you want to call it that. Basically, you see it right there. He's going to get the right hand up. He's basically throwing a fake punch. This is to throw off the timing of that defensive end. To me, this is top tier stuff, man. Beautiful job, fake punching, gets his hands right back around. Come back around, get your hands on that defense lineman, and you shut it down. I love this, man. This is the type of stuff that translates into the NFL. This is the type of stuff that coaches look for, right? Because you can rely on Darnell Wright to switch up his stances, switch up his hand-to-hand technique. To me, that's a really, really nice move right there. Between the physicality, the advanced moves that this guy has, run blocking, pass blocking, and the fact that he doesn't have a whole lot of limitations, I think Darnell Wright's going to be a really good football player. Honestly, I think he is the best tackle in this class. I know other people have it as Paris Johnson, some people have it as Broderick Jones, even Peter Skronsky. To me, Peter Skronsky is more of a guard than he is a tackle. Darnell Wright, on the other hand, is a true tackle in my opinion. The guy's going to be a very good football player, and I think whatever team ends up drafting him is going to get the best tackle with wherever they pick. I'd be very surprised if NFL teams don't have this guy as their #1 tackle, because his tape really speaks for itself. Now I want to wrap the video up here and get into the Clemson tape. You're going to see a lot of reps in which is Bryan Bresee going up against Darnell Wright. To me, Bresee is one of the best defense tackles, very physical, very tough. And Darnell Wright did a really nice job. I mean, you see this stance, you see this play here. He's going to do a great job just anchoring down, getting his hands right underneath, and controlling Bryan Bresee on this rep. I'm excited to break down this game specifically. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Check this rep out super quick here. Watch the power, the physicality. Guy drops back, and he's going to basically aim for that hip here of that defensive lineman. Really nice job being able to make good contact, and obviously he puts him down. Like that play right there. Just wanted to show it to you guys. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. There's not a lot of people in college that can bully a guy like Bryan Bresee, and you're going to see Darnell Wright do a really nice job controlling the shoulder pads, controlling the chest plates, and kind of throwing this guy around a little bit. Yeah, he doesn't pancake him because I do think he falls into one of the other defenders. But you can see here, Darnell Wright's going to control him, and look at him absolutely torque Bryan Bresee here, and he's going to lift him off the ground. And to me, if this other defender and offensive lineman aren't there to catch Bryan Bresee, I think Bresee's going to the ground right there. To me, that's a really nice job by Darnell Wright and the right guard to double initially, and then Wright obviously is going to overtake it. Really, really nice job torquing Bryan Bresee. Again, not a lot of guys can do that to that defensive lineman there. Check this rep out. Darnell Wright's actually going to lose this rep here. I do understand Bryan Bresee is likely a first-round pick, and he did have a couple of losing reps to Bresee here, right? Wright had a couple of losing reps. Not a major deal, but he does win on this rep. He's able to get past Darnell Wright. He gets a hit on the quarterback. That's a nice rep. There's not a whole lot that Darnell Wright could have done differently. To me, he does make good contact, but he doesn't win the leverage game. Bresee has his hands to the inside, and because he has his hands to the inside, he's able to shed Darnell Wright to the left there. And at the same time, he's going to just get right past him right there with the rip move. And from there, Bresee's able to get a hit on the quarterback. That's a really, really nice rep by a really good football player. Now, we've seen a couple different things by Darnell Wright over the course of this film breakdown. Here's another rep here where he's going to use the independent hands. He's going to throw a right punch, bam, right there. You guys saw this play a little bit earlier as well, where he just throws a straight right jab right to the face of these defensive linemen. And I shouldn't say face because I don't think that's his aiming point. But in this instance, he hits this guy right into that upper chest area and really just get that guy off balance. And then he just brings his hands back up. Keep in mind, you can snatch and trap a guy. You can use independent hands. You can throw a quick, hard, powerful right jab, and it's just a different way to kind of pass protect. To me, that's a really nice job. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. I think this is probably the third time I'm about to show you guys this same rep of Wright losing. Again, very heavy-footed, right? He puts all his power into making contact, and guys like Bresee could sideswipe you and get right over the top. And to me, that's a losing rep on Darnell Wright's part. Now, I will say this, Wright does a good job holding on getting up and getting to the backside of this guy and making sure to seal it off, which allows the running back to cut it off of him there. It's not a flag, it's not a hold or anything like that. Was it an actual hold that was just missed by the refs? I don't know. I think that's debatable to say that this was 100% a hold. I didn't necessarily see him absolutely pull the guy down, but he did lose this rep regardless, so you got to do a better job right there. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Something that we've really just seen like 2 or 3 times over the course of the last 2 to 3 games that we've watched. But watch right here. Get to the left of the screen here and seal off this defensive lineman. Again, because this team runs a lot of power, we don't see Wright pulling or reaching out, right, having to get far out there. To me, that's a really nice job of reaching and being able to seal this guy off. Really nice explosive steps, and right there, I mean, to me, that's a winning rep right there. To me, being able to get around a defensive end who should technically have outside containment, that's just a really nice rep by Darnell Wright. Again, the shoulder pad and helmet placement is perfectly, it's to the left side here of this defensive lineman. If you get your shoulder pad and helmet to the right side, you're going to win your block 99% of the time. A really nice job right there. Now, I would have loved for him to pass it off here to the right guard. Let the guard overtake him, and then you maybe get up to number 9 here or whoever else it may have been, because this is a touchdown play here. Had someone actually picked off number 9, you see it's really that guard, the right guard here, that kind of goes up towards number 9. And maybe it didn't work that way because these guys don't run a whole lot of outside zone plays or stretch plays. Either way, it's still a nice block by Darnell Wright specifically. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Check this rep out and watch what Darnell Wright is able to do on this play. This is a power run to the inside, pick up about 3 to 4 yards. But to me, what sticks out on this play is that Darnell Wright, the backside seal here, makes good contact with Brian Brzee. But look at him start to push this guy to the right a little bit. To me, that's what you want to see, right? You want to see your backside guy that's sealing off the backside be able to push his guy and kind of stretch this out a little bit, right? Create a lane if the running back needs to cut it back for him to have that opportunity, right? Just a small little thing to point out. But to me, it is a big deal. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Alrighty, guys, check this final rep out here. Just another thing that Darnell Wright kind of throws in his game. In this play here, he's going to jump set number 11. He's going to double hand punch number 11. And then he's going to snatch him down. I mean, to me, that's just so many damn wrinkles in one pass set. And this is absolutely top tier stuff. This is why this guy is the best tackle in this class. I mean, if you're a team that loves to throw the football, Darnell Wright is the guy for you. To me, what he does on tape is really, really special, and I'm really surprised that he isn't getting more hype. I'm really surprised that Paris Johnson and Broderick Jones and Peter Skoronski and some of these other guys are getting more hype than him. I've even seen some mocks with Anton Harrison and the Syracuse left tackle Bergeron going ahead of him. To me, that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. To me, this stuff right here where you're jump setting and double hand punching a guy to bring it back and snatch down and break that contact, and then you basically shut this guy down, that's top tier stuff, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. We are going to be breaking down Darnell Wright's tape over the course of his rookie year as he gets into the league. So thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.